As the weather continues to warm, so does the ground. And that's what's important to remember when you're continuing to plant vegetables and different plants in your garden. As the weather continues to get a little bit better, you can start planting more warm-tolerant plants. Next up from my garden are great tomato plants. I am always so excited when I can start planting all my different types of tomatoes. You can't plant them when it's extremely cold and usually need to wait till around Mother's Day to mid-May to be able to plant your tomatoes. Your local garden center will have all the knowledge needed to be able to tell you what can be planted and when if you're a little uncertain. When buying tomato plants, remember, they can be bought in packs of 6, 4, or single or individual. If you're not used to gardening, you may want to start with a small amount of individual plants. Or if you're like me and like a lot of specialty or heirloom varieties, they only come in individual packs. Don't overburden yourself with a multiple of the same tomato if you want them just for fresh use. You want a variety. I love doing a lot of different types of purple, green, yellow, of course some wonderful red ones, and a few different types of cherry. These specialty types are not the best to use for canning and preserving. For those, you want to do a lot of the normal red varieties of Amish paste, Big Beefy Boy, and different Roma tomatoes. Choose what works for you and pick a different conglomeration of all of them. Planting tomatoes is fairly easy, but there are just a few simple tricks that I like to use that will hopefully help you also. Dig the hole according to the package instructions. Depending on the size of tomato you buy, this can be anywhere from a few inches deep to 6 to 8 inches deep. I have always been taught by my mother to dig my hole wider than a lot of people would expect, and then place the tomato plant in it a little sideways. What this does is actually allow the roots to have a stronger hold, as some of the stem will be underneath the ground sideways with the plant. This allows more roots to come down from the stem and create a stronger and healthier plant later on in the season. If the tomato plants don't get a good hold in the ground with their roots, they're easily swayed by bad weather later on and can be blown over in a storm. It's extremely important to have good solid roots, and planting tomatoes at a slight angle like I do really helps. It's a simple trick but makes a big difference. After you plant your tomatoes, make sure to water them, and then you may need to surround them with a protective barrier. I use these terracotta tiles, but anything from your local garden supply store or anything you may have on hand will work. You just want to make sure the wind and any other animal maybe can't get to the plant and break it off. They're still in a very early stage of life and are very thin and fragile. After my tomatoes are planted, it's also usually a great time to start with all the different herbs. Herbs are such a fun and quick way to have a garden if you're not used to gardening. You can use them all throughout the summer in fresh dishes, in salads, and in your cooking. You can experiment with different things and even use a lot of them in baking, and the new food trend in a lot of different mixed drinks. They're so fun to try. This year, I'm really excited about a new one I found called the curry herb. It smells and tastes just like curry powder. I can't wait to try it fresh in some different salads this summer. Herbs are extremely easy to plant and there are no tricks to do it. Just follow the instructions on the packages. Dig a hole, pat the soil in around them, and water them, and you will have fresh herbs all throughout the summer. Just remember, not all herbs bear throughout the summer. While herbs are easy to care for, some of them just don't last that long. Cilantro is one you may need to buy throughout the season and keep planting if you want to use it throughout. It goes to seed rather quickly and doesn't always come back the best. But plants like basil and rosemary and thyme, if you keep nipping them back and using them, they keep producing larger and larger plants, and you will love all the fresh herbs you're getting. Make sure just to get a huge different assortment. Find something new or something that you know you love. If you buy it in the winter, fresh in the grocery store, make sure to plant it now so you can have it for free all summer long. Herbs and tomatoes just seem to go really well together. Whether you're using your herbs fresh on tomatoes or in simple salads, These are a great thing to plant next in your garden. I hope you're following along with our garden series and using these simple and quick tips to start your own wonderful vegetable garden this summer. Thanks for watching our video on gardening. To see more of our gardening series, click over here. Or to watch more of our videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel down here. There's so many great videos to learn from. See you next time.